Hi and welcome to the Art of Tarot and welcome to this collective reading. My name is Stefanie and we are going to look at a couple of cards for this time's energy and inspiration. If you want to see a POV version with a different perspective of the camera onto the cards, then you can go to my channel. Welcome to everybody who is live here and welcome also to the people who join the other perspective of the video. I work with the symbolism of the tarot and the symbolism of Western astrology, and we're gonna start right away. As I said, this is collective. If there is specific zodiac signs coming out, I will point them out, and it might be also energies that are more specific for certain zodiac signs. So yeah, let's start. We are starting with the Nine of Cups. Beautiful. We want to see a Nine of Cups because the Nine of Cups is of course a card of happiness, as you can already see in this deck. So you can really read the word happiness on this card, and it is in general a card of emotional independence, of also security within yourself when it comes to your emotions. Also, it's referred to as a card of wish fulfillment, even though I'd say that is a little far-fetched. It is more about how can we generate an emotional type of stability and contentment within ourselves. So it is really generating joy, generating happiness from within without having to look to the outside, to outside sources, to outside influences. So we are really very, very independent with this card, and we are really also enjoying the lightness of things. So it's a very, very light and fun energy also. It is a Pisces card, so it is about emotions, of course, about a lot of emotions, but in this case really a lot of very positive, very light and very joyful emotions. So it is Jupiter in Pisces. You can see this in this card here. We have a Jupiter sign here on top of the card, and we do have a Pisces sign very small here on the bottom of the card, and it means that the planet of luck, Jupiter, is in the sign of Pisces, really expanding that collective joyful energy that we want to achieve here. So it is a very beautiful card. So yeah, we are encouraged to take things lightly, to really do things that we enjoy, to really do things that make us happy, and to really also put ourselves first, or our happiness and our joy first. And when we do that, then we automatically are also an inspiration for other people. So this is a good thing. All right, where are we coming out of? Six of Swords. I love a Six of Swords because the Six of Swords is also telling us that we want to really maybe try new things, maybe go into directions where we have never been before, maybe even research, maybe even look for knowledge. This is a card in the Crowley deck. It's called Science. So it really is about gaining knowledge, about looking for new ways of doing things, going into the unknown quite literally, but more also maybe on an intellectual level. The Swords cards are cards of the intellect as well. So it is really cards of learning, of higher consciousness, also of the mind, of thinking, of speech, of language, all these things that are civilized and man-made. So when we have a Six of Swords, we're really maybe looking for new knowledge, or we have been trying to figure out, trying to learn, trying to maybe take lectures, maybe or look at lectures, maybe read books, maybe look for knowledge online on how to generate this happiness and this joy for ourselves, and how to maybe become more emotionally independent. We will look in the relationship part of the reading, which I do in the second part of the reading. We will look at this in the context of relationships. Often the Nine of Cups card is a very positive single card, in a sense that we learn how to really be happy with ourselves. So where are we moving into? Hanged Man, wow, another Pisces card. So we have a very, very strong Pisces indication here on the table, and ooh, we have the ultimate manifestation card on the bottom of the deck. This is the Crowley hexagram. So this is a card that is really telling us everything is possible here. It is quite a powerful card. I think it's the most powerful card in the deck. So yeah. Very, very intense, actually. Talking about intense also with the Hanged Man, we do have, as I said, a strong Pisces indication here with the Nine of Cups, and the Hanged Man is also a Pisces card. The Hanged Man, for me, first of all, it's the only major arcana card in the deck, and therefore it is the strongest in the spread, not in the deck, I'm sorry, in the spread, what we have on the table. So it is here really the card that has more weight than the other cards. And with the Hanged Man, we might be coming to a point where we feel we're in a situation where we kind of have to surrender. But this is also really a good thing for our spiritual growth. When we look at this card, we have this man hanging here in a type of yoga pose. And this pose is also a symbol for a stable foundation, actually, because his body is kind of doing a number 4 here with his legs. So it is indicating the number 4. Number 4 is always a number of stability, of a stable foundation. So we are trying to get back to a spiritual moment and an enlightened moment where we can feel and sense the stability within ourselves. And even those circumstances might surround us that are challenging or that are straining even. We can see he's really hanging here, having to really tense up his body, having to work his body. That's why I think this card for me also is a yoga card always, because it really helps us also. Physical yoga, physical exercise, really challenging our body can help us find to a better connection with ourselves and also get to a more spiritual point. So if we put our body into challenging situations, we can really also grow spiritually. So this is a card of spiritual growth, of spiritual transformation, and of stripping down to the essence really of our soul, to the essence really of our personality, in a sense. We're really letting go of what we don't need for stepping into this next moment of spiritual growth. This can still feel like it's sometimes a little bit dragged out, because the Hanged Man is a card of also restriction, in a sense, and it often is also a restriction that helps us see how we got into a situation. So the Hanged Man is also really the big spiritual teacher when it comes to understanding our own responsibility in maybe a constricting situation or a little bit of a difficult situation. So we are really asked to look deeper within and work with ourselves. So it is a very intense card, but I really do love this Hanged Man card, especially in the Crowley decks, so much, because first of all, it's very pretty. We have all this Venus color here also, and you can see the Venus indicates really, this jade green color indicates really the beauty of this stage, the beauty of this transformation. And as we can also see, the left leg, and I think in this card it's always very fascinating that the left leg here is getting sort of thick and sort of strong and stronger than the right one. And the right one indicates this stable foundation, this more conservative type of way of moving or of positioning yourself. And the left one that is hanging here is symbolized, the left side is symbolizing this more spiritual side of ourselves. So the left leg here is really getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And we can read into this that our spiritual self, our spiritual side, our spiritual senses are getting stronger and stronger through maybe being restricted in a situation. I like to say also with this card, it's kind of a prison card, in a sense that when people go to prison, you know, when they go to prison, then they often find God, or they often find Jesus, you know, when they're really restricted in their possibilities and they are really left to themselves. They get often very spiritual, or very Christian, or they find their God, or what have you. So this is really finding the divine, getting into a connection with the divine, maybe even through circumstances that are restricting you. At the same time, when we have this Nine of Cups here, I think it is really not too restricting here. We might even want to be in a situation like that right now. It might not make us necessarily unhappy to be in a situation where we feel like we don't have much control over it. So this is quite interesting here in this combination of cards. And from this point on, I think we can really manifest anything we want with this hexagram, because this is really the card that is telling us, okay, we have the ability and the possibility that everything is possible, really. So everything can be manifested, and anything can be achieved here from this point on, from this point in time and space. And the Hanged Man is already showing us that we are really in the middle of the transformation here, with this snake on the bottom of the card. So yeah, I'm gonna pull another card, or a couple of cards for relationships. So stay with me. We're looking at you and another person. This doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It can be a romantic relationship, and it is indicating just, you know, is pointing to maybe problems that you have with another person, or in your love life, or in your relationship life, or with your friendships, your family. It can be all kinds of relationships. It's mostly just a look at how we relate to a specific person, or to the outside human world. All right, so this other person, ooh, Three of Cups. Nice, I like it. We might be also, just in general, we might be looking for people who are just lighthearted, who want to have a good time with us. It doesn't have to be this deep romantic bond, this deep romantic relationship. It can be just also a more superficial friendship type of thing. It doesn't even mean that it's superficial, you know. It can just be like a friendship that that you're enjoying, or this other you're just drawn to people who take things lightly. You're drawn to people right now maybe that just know how to have a good time, know how to have fun, know how to connect also on an emotional level. So this is a really nice card for getting to know people. Or just also enjoying friendships, enjoying a good time. And people also want to bring this towards you. People might be seeing you as somebody, as a really good friend, or a really fun person to be around. They really want to also share this lightness with you. And of course, I mean, if you have a Nine of Cups here, then this is what you are also radiating out to the world, if you have this happiness card here. So this makes a lot of sense. So this is a very nice emotional offer from the outside to just enjoy life together. You know, also spring is coming. This is also a card of spring for me, the Three of Cups. So that's beautiful. We are at the Empress in the reverse. Huh? That's weird. Why are we resisting this? I don't know. The Empress in the reverse seems like it is a card. It's strange that it's coming out in the reverse here, because it seems like we might be we might not see what we would be capable of attracting if we wanted to. Maybe we are really looking for this lighthearted, fun, open, joyful energy, but we are not. For some reason, the way the cards are laying on the table, it seems like we are not seeing these energies. We're kind of not able to receive them for some reason. And it could be because we're still trying to work on our inner happiness more, or on our ability to create joy, to create happiness for ourselves, to create like this lightness within ourselves. And we might still go through a transformative process here, not being fully ready to receive, because the Empress in the reverse is kind of having a hard time receiving, or pulling things in, or being magnetic towards the things that would be good for her. We might be pushing even away people who bring this light energy for whatever reason. Or we might have a hard time letting things happen, especially in romantic relationships. This could very well be. It could be, okay, we are meeting people, we are maybe dating people, we might be meeting new friends, and somehow we want to push something further, or we are impatient. The Empress in the reverse can be an impatient energy as well. So we want to really think about that, because the Three of Cups is a wonderful, and I had the Star in the reverse coming out, which is also a card that is indicating that we might not have enough patience at this time. Because the Three of Cups, even though, and I feel like it is a romantic thing here, it's a beautiful card to get to know somebody on a more lighter level, on a more fun level, but it's not that deep soul connection yet, you know. But it is a good chance to get a little closer to people and to just get a feel of what it could be, and just see if somebody is even capable of having a good time, if somebody is capable of having a friendship, if somebody is capable of just enjoying life. And I feel like there is a resistance to that, because the Empress in the reverse maybe wants to force a connection, or wants to, you know, have things go faster or go deeper, like right away. And we want to be careful that we're not forcing anything or pushing anything here. The Empress in the reverse could be very, very pushy, honestly. So yeah, let's see how this connects here. Nine of Swords, and it's in the upright. And the Moon. There is work to do, honestly, yeah. And this is really, when we have Moon card and the Temperance card here, which is healing the subconscious, really in this combination. I'm not going to get into it further. If you're interested in an extended version of this reading, you find this on my channel in the memberships. So I will go even deeper into the meaning of the cards and break it down. If you want to see this reading in a different perspective, in a POV perspective where you see all the cards, then go also check out my channel, and I will put in the description box. But with the Nine of Swords here, there is some sort of brutality going on in both parties here. It could feel quite brutal for us that somebody just wants a friendship with us. You know, it could be sort of torturous. And it could be sort of torturous for another person, or for the other person, that we want to force a connection. So there is deeper layers of consciousness for sure with the Moon card that we are not quite yet, we have not discovered what's holding us back here, or why we are attracting this type of dynamic. So there is some sort of deeper soul searching that has to be done here with the Hangman, especially to get to those layers and get to the understanding why we are in this situation. But I think we have to work with ourselves. I see that you're working already a lot on yourself here, or the people who look at this reading will probably be the people who have been working on their emotional independence a lot. But yeah, it's still, there's still some maybe hidden beliefs or programming that we haven't discovered yet, and that's okay. It's fine. We just take our time, and it will happen with the Hangman for sure. But in the meantime, we don't want to be too brutal to ourselves and also to another person, maybe to force something that is just not ready to be brought into the reality of a connection. So this is what I see here, but there is a card of healing here, and this is also a healing moment with the Temperance card underneath the Moon card. We have a lot of Pisces here. I will label this reading also for Pisces. If you want to see this reading in the POV version, as I said, check out the description box, check out my comment section. I'm saying goodbye now to the people in the live. Thank you so much for being here. Check out my channel and follow my channel, and I will continue this reading in depth for my members. So thank you, and I will talk to you soon. Goodbye.